We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle, and today we've got a longer show for you guys because it's Saturday, so that means A, we'll be talking baseball. We'll be talking baseball first. And then B, we'll be talking over the NFL because I can't do shows on Sundays because by the time I start up the show on Sunday, all the NFL games most of the NFL games are started. So there's no point in me doing it then. So we got them listed for today. We're only live on YouTube right now because TikTok, I'm still soft banned for another 40 minutes. I still don't understand why. But we're only live on YouTube for now, along with Twitch, Twitter, and Kick. So if you guys are interested in all those platforms, make sure you guys are checking me out there. Before we jump into it, we'll go ahead and refresh the look on the standings for baseball because we've got 2 games left in the season. We'll start off with the American League. The Blue Jays and the Yankees are still tied. Blue Jays still have the tiebreaker, but the Blue Jays can, I believe, clinch the top seed and the division with a win and a Yankee loss. A Yankee win and a Blue Jay loss would put the Yankees in the driver's seat, obviously. But those 2 teams are still fighting. The Boston Red Sox have clinched the playoff spot after their walk-off win yesterday. I don't think they can get past anymore. So they're kind of locked into their spot, into that 5th wild card spot. So we've got that going for it, and then. And so that's the AL East. AL Central is remaining to be tied. The Cleveland Guardians and the Detroit Tigers both lost yesterday. It's funny, the only team that won a game yesterday in the American League Central was the White Sox. But you've got the Guardians and the Tigers are both tied at the moment. Guardians still have the tiebreaker over that one. And Seattle clinched the division a while ago, and they are 5 games up on Houston. We look at the wild card. Yankees have the 1 spot right now. Obviously, that could flip with the Blue Jays. The Red Sox pretty much have the 2nd wild card locked down. The Tigers have a 1-game lead over the Astros because the Astros did lose last night to the Angels. So that's essentially done there for the Astros. They really needed to win 2 out of 3, or they needed to sweep. But I guess they can still be in it, but it's not looking good for them. On the National League side, everything is kind of the same for the first 5 seeds. The only thing that changed, the Arizona Diamondbacks are officially eliminated, and the Cincinnati Reds are back in the driver's seat with the Mets losing to the Marlins and the Reds beating the Brewers. So that's switched up. Other than that, nothing's really changed. The Cubs did get the 1 seed, the number 1 wild card spot locked down. The Padres officially have the number 5 spot lockdown, and I believe the Brewers still need a win or a Philly loss to clinch the 1 seed. So Brewers, can we get something done, please? Thank you. But that is the updated standings. We'll go ahead and say hi to the chat, and we'll go from there. Hey, kid, have a great show. Let's go Mets. Yes, let's go Mets. They need nothing short of a miracle at this point. So I'm really hoping they can get it done. But we'll go ahead and jump into the games. This is a 2:20 game to start it off. We've got the Cubs and the Cardinals going to go after it. The Cubs are minus 180 with a total of 9.5. McGreevy taking on Talion. Once again, both these 2 teams at this point now have nothing to play for. Cardinals Talion. Wow, not Talion. McGreevy has pitched 16 times today, 15 starts, a 8-3 record with a 4.35 ERA and 91 innings pitched, 44 runs, 18 walks, and 55 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got Jameson Taillon, which I don't think I've really seen all that much this year. 22 starts, because he's made 6 starts since coming back from injury, or he's made 5 starts since coming back to injury. 22 starts this year, 10-7 record with a 3.78 ERA. 123 and 2/3 innings pitched, 52 earned runs, 25 walks, and 90 strikeouts. I'm going to give it to Talion. He's just looked better, especially since coming back. He's had 5 good starts. And in terms of hitting, I could probably already tell you, but actually I got to refresh. But it's probably going to be the Cubs who have the hitting advantage over the Cardinals. They do 109 WRC plus compared to 96. So the hitting advantage does go towards the Cubbies. We'll go ahead and take a look at the line movement in this one, where the line opened up at, we'll go from, I guess, last night's fine. If you go from this morning, 180, and it dropped to 176, back up to 180. So not really any like crazy big line movement in this one, which I guess makes sense. Let's see where the money's coming in. Lots of college football. There we go. 86% of the bets and 84% of the money is on the Cubbies. It would be a lean towards the Cardinals, but I'm not going to end up getting to it. I'm actually going to stay off this game because it starts at 2:20. I'll have to put the plays up on stream, and I'm not going to do that. So no real interest in this game. I don't know who's starting and such for the. Oh no, we do know who's starting, but I don't know how seriously they're going to take it. So I'm going to stay off for this first game. Big game here. We got Joe Boyle taking on, or John Boyle? Joe Boyle? Joe Boyle. I got it right. Taking on Trey Savage. It's Trey Day. Boyle this year, 5.75 ERA. 4.48 ERA. 4.4 ERA. 12 starts, 1-3 record, 47 innings pitched, 23 earned runs, 24 walks, 53 strikeouts. Savage got hit up a little bit on his last start, but he's only made 2 starts. Yeah, he allowed 4 earned runs on 5 hits in 4 innings last game. I'm not overly worried about it. He also didn't get much help from the defense, so I'm not going to put all of that on him. 2 starts, 5 ERA, 9 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 5 walks, 11 strikeouts. I like his strikeout numbers because he is a strikeout pitcher. I am giving Trey Savage the pitching edge in this one. We go to hitting, where the Toronto Blue Jays are 5th in baseball, 112 WRC plus. Tampa Bay is sitting at 13th at 104 WRC plus. So hitting and pitching advantage both towards the Blue Jays. And the line is moving towards the Blue Jays from 158 up to 170. So the line is moving in the favor of the Toronto Blue Jays. And that's where we're going to go to start off our day. We're going to grab the Blue Jays on the run line. And we're going to grab you Savage over his strikeouts because why not? Savage. That is spelled correctly. Thank you very much. We're going to go figure out what his strikeout prop is, and then we'll go from there. It's already 1-0 Yankees. It's over 5.5. Nice, go Chippewas. Over 5.5 at plus 130. Cool. Let's keep on rolling. We got the Rockies and the Giants, 2 teams that also aren't playing for anything. The Giants are sitting at minus 240 with a total of 8. We got Freeland taking on Verlander, and what could be Verlander's last start. 14 starts for Freeland this year to a 5.13 ERA, 73 2/3 innings pitched, 42 earned runs, 14 walks, and 57 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got Justin Verlander, who is pitching this year to a 3.88 ERA 3.88 ERA and 28 innings pitched, 3-11 record, 156 innings pitched, 63 earned runs, 50 walks, and 130 strikeouts. I'm going to give the pitching advantage to Verlander in this one. He's just been better this year than Freeland. Not even going to check the hitting advantage because I already know the Colorado Rockies are dead last in everything. I'm never going to give them a hitting advantage. We go and take a look at the line movement for this game, and it's not moved. No line movement in this one. All the money's coming in on the Giants. It's Rockies or nothing, but I am not interested in going after this game. And I'm going to try to keep the card kind of limited today, considering I have a bunch of college football up, so I don't feel the need to go after every single game. Let's keep on rolling. We got the Washington Nationals hosting the Chicago White Sox. We got Burke taking on Irving. Nationals minus 120 with a total of 8.5. And this one, Burke this year has been solid enough. 16 appearances, 14 starts, a 4-7 record with a 4.22 ERA, 81 innings pitched, 38 earned runs, 37 walks, and 68 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got the Nationals, who is pitching Jake Irvin. Irvin this year has been one of the worst pitchers in baseball, and in terms of and we'll have enough stats to back that up. 32 starts, a 9-13 record with a 5.69 ERA, 174 innings pitched, 110 earned runs, 61 walks, and 118 strikeouts. I thought you were going to get a better year out of Irvin, and he has been awful. Pitching advantage, Burke. Hitting advantage, both of them are facing righties. The White Sox are third to last against righties, 86 WRC plus. On the opposite side, you've got the Nationals, who are 100 WRC plus. So at least they're the better hitting team, the Nationals. So this one's going to get split down the middle. And the line has not really moved. It opened up at 119. Now it's 121. So not any crazy line movement in this game. Money coming in on the Nationals, and the line's not really moving. I want nothing to do with this game either. I would understand if you were interested in it, go for it, have fun. On a day with a lot of college football and better games out there, definitely not going to be interested. And no hitters have any experience against these pitchers, so nothing in terms of hitting stats at all either, or hitting props. No chat, so we'll keep on rolling. Mets and the Marlins are up next. The Mets are minus 135 with a total of 8 in this game. You got Clay Holmes taking on Yuri Perez. Clay Holmes this year has been pitching to a 3.77 ERA, 3.66, in 32 appearances, 30 starts. He has come out of the bullpen twice. 11-8 record, 159 2/3 innings pitched, 65 earned runs, 63 walks, and 127 strikeouts. I like Clay Holmes. I'm going to give Clay Holmes the pitching advantage over Yuri Perez. Perez is pitched in 19 games this year to a 7-5 record and a 4.20 ERA, 90 innings pitched, 42 earned runs, 29 walks, and 94 strikeouts. So Yuri Perez has been decent, but I'm gonna give Clay Holmes the pitching advantage in this one. Hitting advantage is obviously going to go towards the Mets as well. Mets are number 1 in baseball versus right-handed pitching, 119 WRC plus for them, and the Marlins are sitting at 102. So Mets have both hitting and pitching advantage in this game. We go and we look at the line movement in this one, where the line is gone from minus 125 area and has actually, since I typed it up, has moved around to 145. So line movement going that way, money coming in the right way on the Mets. I hate myself for it, but we're going after the Mets again. We're going to grab the Mets on the run line against the Marlins. And let's see, do any of these Mets hitters have any success over Yuri Perez? And any Marlin against Clay Holmes? No Marlin has success against Clay Holmes in terms of home run stuff. Soto has a home run in his only at-bat versus Yuri Perez. Vientos has a home run in his only at-bat versus Perez, although Vientos is not starting today. It's Mauricio. McNeil has a home run in 2 at-bats. I kind of want to grab – I'm going to grab Soto. Soto's just been like the most consistent Met. So so it's kind of hard to not go after something with him. So we will grab Juan Soto bases, and that's plus 115 for Soto. No chat, so we're going to keep on rolling. We got the Detroit Tigers taking on the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox are minus 130 with a total of 9. Earle versus Montero. Oh, jeez. Come on, Arkansas. What are you doing? Earle versus Montero. Montero this year, I don't feel like I've seen him a lot. 19 appearances, 11 starts. That's why. His 5-3 record with a 4.48 ERA. It's 86 and a third innings pitched, 43 earned runs, 31 walks, and 65 strikeouts. So he's done his job this year when he has pitched. Earle has pitched a couple of times this year, where he has gone. He's pitched 3 times, a 1-1 record with a 1.88 ERA. He's allowed 3 earned runs and 14 and a third innings pitched. 22 strikeouts. So he's been really good on the strikeout numbers. So early strikeouts could be interesting. We'll take a look at what the strikeout rates are for them. I'm going to give Earle the pitching advantage in this game because he's just looked better than Montero. Detroit versus lefties. Number 2 in baseball, 116 WRC plus. The Red Sox against righties are 103 WRC plus. Not a high strikeout rate for the Detroit Tigers against lefties. It was 22%. Although I can see his strikeout props being a decent play. We'll go ahead and take a look at what the line is doing. Line is dropped heavily from 160 to the 130 range. One big reason why probably is actually no, because it's gone from the morning. You've got the Red Sox that just clinched. They popped champagne. And they had a big walk-off win last night. Give me the Tigers. I'm on the Tigers money line here. I can get plus money for them. This is just you're going to get a hungover Boston Red Sox team. That's pretty much what you're going to get. So go ahead, give me the Tigers on the money line in this one. And here's the deal. After Soto and Savage, I'm not going to touch any more player props for that. I'm just going to go quickly try to run through. Not interested. Let's keep on rolling, and we get a revenge game today because the Twins are going up against the Phillies. Phillies are minus 220 with a total of 8.5. Why is it a revenge game, Tim? Pitching for the Minnesota Twins is Mick Abel. He was part of the trade that sent him and Mate, the catcher, to the Twins in exchange for Johan Duran. So he was part of the trade, and he pitched for the Phillies this year. Ranger Suarez is pitching for the Phillies. Suarez this year has been really solid. 25 starts, a 12-7 record with a 3.12 ERA, 153 innings pitched, 53 earned runs, 38 walks, 147 strikeouts. Although he has not looked good in his last 2 starts, last 10 innings, 9 earned runs. So he has been getting hit a little bit. On the opposite side, Mick Abel, who pitched for pitched for Philly this year, did not look good. Has pitched for Minnesota, has also not looked good. In 8 innings, he's allowed 13 earned runs. So obviously, Ranger Suarez is going to get the pitching advantage in this one for sure. And hitting advantage is going to go towards them as well because Minnesota versus lefties is 97 WRC plus. Philly versus righties is 112. So hitting and pitching advantage both with Philly. Philly needs to keep winning in order to keep the chance at the 1 seed alive. They need to sweep, and they need the Reds to sweep the Brewers, which probably will happen, knowing all of our luck. But they need that in order to keep going. Although, is that enough motivation for you to really want to do this? But line movement from 210 to 220 keeps the Phillies. That line movement makes sense. The money's coming in on them. Don't care. Give me the Phillies to absolutely destroy Mick Abel. We're going to grab the Phillies on the run line in this one. No player props. We're just going to go ahead and grab sides and totals today. Let's keep on rolling. Good work. No, what's this? Sorry, Destiny sent me a text message that I need to respond to. We're good. We got the Pirates and the Braves up next. Braves minus 180 with a total of 8. Bubba Chandler taking on Spencer Strider. Bubba Chandler has pitched in 6 games this year. I'm taking out his one. I'm taking out his one appearance that went 2 2/3 innings, allowing 9 earned runs against Milwaukee. Other than that, in his 5 other starts, he's gone at least 4 innings in all of them, and he's allowed 3 earned runs or less in all of them. So Bubba Chandler is all that is advertised. He's a really, really solid pitcher. On the opposite side, you've got Spencer Strider, who is having a down year. Obviously, coming back from injury, he's made more than 15 starts. He's made way more than 15 starts. Let me pull up ESPN because maybe they'll give me a good number. His actual numbers, because Covers isn't. 7-13 record with a 4.45 ERA and 22 starts, 119 innings pitched, 126 strikeouts, and a 1.38 WHIP. I want to give the pitching advantage to Bubba Chandler in this game. I really do. Just because he's looked a lot better than Strider has, in my opinion. We'll go ahead and look at the pitching stats with both of them going up against righties. You've got Pittsburgh sitting at second to last, 84 WRC plus. Atlanta is sitting at a 102. So Atlanta's hitting a little bit better as of late. We look at line movement in this game, where Pittsburgh and Atlanta. Boom, right there. Lines moving towards Atlanta a little bit from 170 to 180, and that's with most of the money coming in on Atlanta. Actually, 76% of bets, 62% of money on Atlanta. I'm going to stay off this game. For me, I would really want to look towards the Pirates, but I'm not going to. So we're just going to stay off of the Braves and the Pirates as they just kind of finish out their seasons. We keep on rolling. We got 6 more baseball games, and then we got a whole football card to talk about. Rangers and the Guardians are up next. The Guardians are minus 150 with a total of 7. Cantillo versus Latz. Latz is going for the Rangers. It's a bullpen game. Not going to read into it. So bullpen game for the Rangers. Cantillo is not a bullpen game. He's actually pitched quite well this year. He's going to have the pitching advantage. Oh, sorry, it is more of a bullpen game, but he's making more starts as of late. 33 appearances, 12 starts, 5-3 record, a 3.21 ERA, and 90 innings pitched, 32 earned runs, 42 walks, and 100 strikeouts. Cantillo has the pitching advantage. Hitting advantage. Cleveland, 80 WRC plus. Texas, 84. Both of them suck at hitting. And who would have known Texas Rangers missed the playoffs? They could have used another couple bats. We look at the line movement in this one, and it's actually moved from 165 last night to the 150 range. So lines moving towards Texas in this game, which is very interesting. And that's with more of the money coming in on the Guardians. I'm sorry, guard ball. Give me the Rangers today. Give me the Rangers on the money line. The way that the money's moving, I think they beat them again. And ultimately, you could be looking at the Tigers back to winning the division again. So go ahead, give me the Rangers on the money line against the Guardians. We're making it through the card very quickly. No chat today. Reds and the Brewers are up next. Andrew Abbott taking on Gasser. Andrew Abbott this year was an all-star, although he's kind of tailed off as of late, although he had a good start in his last one in a 1-0 win over the Cubbies. 28 starts, a 9-7 record with a 2.8 ERA, 161 innings pitched, 50 earned runs, 43 walks, 145 strikeouts. He's going to have the pitching advantage over Gasser, although Gasser, I believe, was a decent pitching prospect coming up. He's made 1 start this year. It went 3 innings. He allowed 2 earned runs, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. So not anything crazy. He's just, I feel like he got called up just to kind of eat innings. So I expect him to go 4 or 5 innings, try to eat as many innings, because I know the Brewers aren't playing until next week in the DS, but they just kind of don't want to be using arms when they don't have to, which makes sense. Abbott with the pitching advantage. Both of them going up against lefties. Milwaukee's going to have the hitting advantage. 106 WRC plus to 78 for the Reds. The Reds are bottom 5 in baseball versus left-handed pitching. We'll go ahead and take a look at the line movement in this game, where it opened up at 157 for Milwaukee and it's dropped to 137. So the line is moving towards the Reds, and that's with overwhelming money coming in on the Reds. So it makes sense that the Reds are getting all the money. I'm going to stay off this game just because I don't trust the Reds to hit in this game. So I'm going to lay off. I feel like an under could be interesting, but this one will be another pass. Let's keep rolling. We got the Diamondbacks and the Padres. The Padres are minus 145 with a total of 7.5. We got Michael King taking on Eduardo Rodriguez. Rodriguez this year, 28 starts, 9-8 record, 4.91 ERA, 148 and a third innings pitched, 81 earned runs, 57 walks, and 137 strikeouts. On the opposite side, the Padres are going to be throwing Michael King. King this year, 14 starts, 5-3 record, a 3.57 ERA, and 70 and 2/3 innings pitched, 28 earned runs, 24 walks, and 73 strikeouts. Michael King has the pitching advantage because Rodriguez has just been really bad this year. Diamondbacks were officially eliminated from playoffs, so we don't know how much they're going to care either. And San Diego, we know don't care. 94 WRC plus for San Diego against lefties. Arizona against righties is sitting at 111. So this one will get split down the middle. We go when we look at the line movement in this game, where we don't have any line movement in this game. I'm not going to be bothering with it. These are two teams that don't really care right now. Arizona knocked out already. San Diego locked into their spot, and even the manager's like, we're going to bubble wrap these players and not going to play hard in this one. They won yesterday, but this one's going to be another stay away spot. Keep in mind, it's a tricky it's a tricky weekend just because of how many teams are, what they care, and all that stuff. So if we don't get to a lot of plays, which I got 6-7 plays right now, it is okay. Let's keep on rolling. We got the Astros and the Angels. The Astros are minus 145 with a total of 9. We got Blue Blah versus Dana. Blue Blah this year, I believe, is a relief pitcher. He is. He's made 2 starts. Those 2 starts went 3 innings and 4 innings. So he at least gets a little bit of distance when he starts. But he's pitched all 28 innings this year to a 1.93 ERA. Dear God, the Northern Dame is kicking the shit out of him. Sorry, I got the alert. 35-13. Jesus. At least Wake Forest is doing well. Anyways, sorry, I'm getting notifications as we're doing this. Against Dana, who's just been bad this year. He's made 6 starts, 6 appearances, 4 starts. 0-3 record with a 6.39 ERA and 25 innings pitched. So it's hard for me to give a pitching advantage in general in this game because neither one of these pitchers has really thrown. Angels, bottom 5 in baseball, 92 WRC plus. Astros, 97 WRC plus. So Astros are going to have the hitting advantage in this game. The line is actually moving towards the Angels again to get the job done and essentially knock out the Astros. I was going to say, let me take the Angels today. I'm not going to. You know what? Screw it. Let's grab the Angels today. Angels keep playing spoiler against the Astros, so give me the Angels on the money line in this one. Essentially eliminating the Astros. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to skip the last 2 baseball games because I was looking at them. I really they're four teams that don't care. Two of them have already kind of locked in their spots, and the other two are already eliminated. I'm going to skip over those. We're going to talk some NFL now, and then we're going to try to kind of get keep on rolling with the stream. Just because there's no chat, it's just no nothing going on. So I just kind of want to get through the games now. So we'll go ahead into the NFL, which I already have my card done for. Like, it's already up on the site and everything. So Vikings and the Steelers. Vikings are 2.5-point favorites with a total of 41.5. Vikings 2-1 to start the year. They have wins against the Bears and the Bengals, and a loss to the Falcons. They're coming off of a 48-10 win. Pittsburgh 2-1 as well. They have wins against the Jets and the Patriots. They had a loss by 14 to the Seattle Seahawks. This one is in Ireland. Starts at 9:30 a.m. I'm on the under in this game. I'm on the under in the. I haven't tracked it yet. I'm on the under in the. I'm on the under in this Steelers game. I'm pulling it up to see what exactly I got it at. Because all these are already up on the site. So there you go. If you're watching, whoop whoop. Under 41. And I'm already starting to see some 40.5s. So I like the under between the Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers to start off the day. Let's keep on rolling. We got the Chargers and the Giants. Chargers are 6-point favorites with a total of 43.5. I believe the Chargers are the biggest public bet this week. Although I am starting to see some 6.5s now, so the line's starting to go that way. Chargers 3-0, Giants 0-3. Chargers with wins against all three of their divisional matchups. That's Kansas City, the Raiders, and the Chiefs. On the opposite side, you've got the Giants, who are 0-3 to start the year. They have losses to the Washington Commanders, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Kansas City Chiefs. And for this one, I did not bet the Giants Chargers game. I feel like if I was betting anything, it would be a lean towards the Chargers. The Giants. But I did not really feel the need to get involved in this game. Although if the line moves to 5.5, I'll find myself on the Giants, but I don't see it moving to 5.5. I did bet this game because we've got the Browns and the Lions. The Lions are 10-point favorites with a total of 44.5. So far this year, the Browns are actually coming off of a win in their last game. They're coming off of a come from behind 13-10 win against Green Bay. They also have losses this year to the Baltimore Ravens, and it was, of course, not going to pull up for me. Who did they lose to in week 1? Don't remember off the top of my head. But Cincinnati. Then that was off of they lost the game-winning field goal. They missed the game-winning field goal. On the opposite side, you got the Detroit Lions, who are 2-1, after coming off the week 1 loss to the. Wow, I can't. I'm having a brain fart right now. Chargers. No, they lost to Green Bay week 1. They are coming off of back-to-back wins, including beating the Ravens last week on Monday Night Football. In this one, I like the Browns. I know the line's not moving their way, but you've got the last thing everybody saw was the Lions take care of business versus the Ravens, and cash a plus either like 170 dog price, or they ruined a bunch of people's tickets who had the Ravens. So everybody's going to remember that. Yes, you're going to see a lot of people be like, oh, well, the Browns just came back from a win. That's great. That's not as much in people's memories as the Lions beating the Ravens. So I did take Cleveland. I got them plus the 10 in this one.
we're gonna keep on rolling because and I know this one's gonna be gross. A lot of people are not gonna like this one. We got the Saints and the Bills. The Bills are now 14.5-point favorites with a total of 48.5. I was extremely surprised to see this line drop the way that it has. Why? Because the line opened up at, what was it? 16.5. I even saw some 17.5, and it keeps on dropping to the point that it's 14.5 now. And that's very surprising to me. So I was looking at that and be like, that's very interesting, especially with, I believe, the money coming in on the Bills. 72% of the bets and 79% of the money's on the Bills. The lines move from 17.5 to 14.5 for the Saints. Saints are 0-3 to start the year. They suck. We're not going to sugarcoat it. The Bills are 3-0. I took the Saints here. I did. I took the Saints. I got 15.5. It's down to 14.5. I know it's a gross line. I know everybody's would be scared to grab the points or whatever with it. I'm not. Go ahead, give me the Saints in this one. I'm grabbing plus 14.5. This is another one of the plays that I kind of really liked. We got the Eagles taking on the Bucks. The Eagles are 2.5-point favorite, 3.5-point favorites with a total of 44.5. And you've got both of these two teams coming in undefeated. Eagles coming off of wins against with the Cowboys. Are we actually going to get it loaded? Yay, we can get it loaded for once. Cowboys, Chiefs, and the Rams. Bucks are coming off of 3 games where they won and within the last couple of seconds in all of them. Coming off of, Falcons, Texans, and the Jets. So both of them 3-0 right now. This is a spot, though, where I strongly believe the Buccaneers are going to be a very, very public dog. And it's to the point where I did grab the Eagles. I got the Eagles minus 3.5. I think they win this one by double digits, finally giving the Bucks their first loss of the year. Because you've seen, I do feel like everybody is super, super high on the Buccaneers, and I'm grabbing the Eagles here. Eagles minus 3 and a hook versus the Bucks. Panthers and the Patriots up next. The Patriots are 5.5-point favorites with a total of 43.5. Patriots coming off of a loss, I believe it was to the Steelers as a pick'em. The Carolina Panthers are coming off of a 30-0 win versus the division rival Atlanta Falcons, which is very intriguing to see. So we've got that. And when it comes to this game, I took the I took a shot with the Patriots. I strongly believe that you're going to get a letdown spot for the Panthers after such a big week. So when it came to it, I grabbed the Patriots. I got the minus 5.5 versus the Panthers. Are we even live? Like, it doesn't even feel like we're live. Like, there's been no chat on a Saturday. That's weird. We'll keep going, though. We got the Commanders and the Falcons. This is probably my favorite play of the week, if I had to be honest. The Falcons are 1.5-point favorites. 43.5 is the total. No Jalen Daniels for the Washington Commanders for the second week in a row. And I preface for the second week in a row because I know a lot of people will say, oh, you love fading the injury report and everything. Yeah. I didn't touch them last week, but I'm not going to be on the Commanders this week. They're 2-1. Falcons coming off of that ugly 30-0 loss. I think this is a bounce back spot for the Falcons. That's my main kind of target in this one, is a bounce back spot. So I am on the Falcons. I took them. I got them, I believe, plus 105. I think they're gonna have a big game here. So Falcons are actually my favorite play of the week. Let's keep on rolling. We got the Titans and the Texans. The Texans are 7-point favorites with a total of 39.5 in this game. Texans 0-3. So both of these two teams are 0-3 to start the year. And it just has not looked good for the Texans in terms of offense. Their offense has just been very, very shaky, which is interesting to see because that was supposed to be one of their strengths coming into the year. Although I look at the Titans, I'm not high on the Titans at all. The former number one overall pick, they got the number one pick last year, and they just have not looked good. They covered in the first game against the Broncos, and they have not looked good since. I like the Texans in this game. I got the -7. This is also a line movement that I believe opened up a lot less. And it's up to it opened up at 6.5 up to 7. I see some 7.5s now. So that's a very interesting line movement. I like the Texans here. I got the -7. They're actually one of our contest picks. Sorry, real quick, contest picks this week. We got the Falcons that we've talked about, the Texans that we've talked about, and we'll talk about the other 3 contest picks in just a second. So we do like the Texans in this one. We'll go to the Rams and the Colts. Colts, a little bit of a surprising team, undefeated start to the year. Rams 2-1. They coming off of one of the ugliest beats that I have ever taken. That was a blocked field goal when they were down 1 that the Philadelphia Eagles took all the way to the house, and then the Rams did not cover the spread. So that one hurt. On the opposite side, you got the Colts, who just looked actually really good this year. 3-0 start. Indiana Jones looking good. And when it came to this one, I hopped right back on the Colts. The Colts were where the line movement was coming in this one. It opened up at 5.5, and it's dropped to 4.5 to 3.5. So line movement going towards the Colts. All the money and everything, or the money coming in the right way on the Colts. All the bigger bets coming in on them, the sharper bets coming in them. I like the Colts plus 3.5 in this one versus the Rams. 4 games left. We're shredding through the card. That's what happens when, unfortunately, no chat. But it is what it is. Kind of wanted to not a crazy show, anyways. Jaguars and the Niners. The Niners are 3.5-point favorites with a total of 46.5. Jaguars 2-1 starts to the year for them, coming off of wins against Houston and Carolina, a loss to the Bengals. Niners undefeated start to the year, although it has not been super pretty doing it because they're 3-0 and they've won by a combined 10 points in all 3 games. All of them one-score wins. Granted, they covered the spread in 2 out of the 3 games, so you got to give them that there. But I looked at this game, and the way that there was line movement in this one too that kind of screamed, where is this one? Yeah, the line's gone from 4.5 to 3.5 since open, with I believe more of the money coming in the Niners. Niners were 49% of the bets, 35% of the money, so it's 51-65 towards the Jaguars. Money coming in the right way. I like the Jaguars. This is the 3rd play that we have for the contest. I do like the Jaguars plus 3 and a hook. Probably the game of the week. I did a free pick video on this one. Ravens and the Chiefs. Ravens are 2.5-point favorites with a total of 48.5. And one of these teams will start off the year 1-3, which is just crazy to think of. Baltimore had their 1 win against the Browns. Their 2 losses came to the Bills and to the Lions. Those are not bad losses. Those are 2 of the better teams in the league. Kansas City is 1-2 as well. They lost back-to-back games to the Chargers and the Eagles, and then they finally got the job done versus the Giants to get their first win of the year. And when it came to this one, the line went from 3 to 2.5. I think the Chiefs win this game. And I know I'm a Ravens guy. I have the Ravens Super Bowl stuff. But the way that this line's moved, it's kind of been flipping back and forth, and all the money's coming in on the Ravens. I'm taking the Chiefs in this one. I got them plus 2.5 for this game. One more 4 o'clock game, and then we got the nightcap, and then we're heading on out for the day. Bears and the Raiders. Raiders are minus 1.5 with a total of 47.5. Bears coming off getting their first win of the year against the Dallas Cowboys. That was a blowout win. The Raiders coming off of getting blown out themselves by the Washington Commanders. The Raiders' only win was in week 1, and that was against the New England Patriots. At least the offense showed up against the Washington Commanders. They scored 24 points there. I like the Raiders in this game. I know that sounds crazy. I think everybody's going to overblow the first win for the Bears. Not to mention, this line opened up at Chicago minus 1.5. Now it's Raiders minus 1.5. So the line is flipped from dog to favorite for the Raiders. Whenever I see a dog to favorite line, I love it. I always love taking the favorite at that point when the line has flipped. So that's what we're seeing. Line is flipped. And the money coming in on like 70% of bets, 61% of money is coming in on the Bears. So I'll be with the minority. Give me the Raiders money line in this one versus the Bears. By the way, Chiefs were the 4th pick. The 5th pick is coming in this game. We got the Packers and the Cowboys. Packers are minus 7 with a total of 47.5. I'm also seeing a bunch of 6.5s as well. Depends on what book you're looking at. Packers coming off of losing to the Browns after being up 10-0 with 4 minutes to go. Dallas coming off of getting blown out. So both of these two teams, last week, they want to put behind them. And the biggest narrative for this game is it's the Micah Parsons game. Micah Parsons is coming back after getting traded. Everybody's going to blow that one up. I'm on the Cowboys here. Since open, the line is flipped back and forth from 6.5 to 7, where we're seeing some more 7s now, but the way that the money's coming in, 75% of the bets, only 42% of the money is coming in on the Packers, which is going to push me right towards the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys could be live dogs versus the Packers in this game. Give me the Cowboys to end our card. We'll talk over the Monday Night Football games on Monday, obviously. And then I will mention for anybody watching, if by chance today the New York Mets win and the Cincinnati Reds lose to the point where the Mets could get the wild card spot with a win tomorrow, I will be live at 3 o'clock for a live sweat. Probably no show tomorrow, even though all the games are at 3. Probably no show tomorrow. But if the Mets and the Reds, if the Mets have the wild card edge going into tomorrow, you could see a stream from me. If not, probably no show, and we'll see you guys on Monday. But that is going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. And I'll see you guys again on, we'll see what today's games go, either tomorrow at 3 o'clock for some live sweat for the Mets and Reds games, or on Monday for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. See you guys then. Peace out.